to view the chart. Yes. When the cursor is viewed, press the left click to browse the whole chart. Next, to return to own shift position, press the ahead button to return your shift position. Next, there are two ways to see the range and bearing by cursor. To see the electronic range bearing line or EBL, then put the vessel to show the ERBL panel composed of latitude, longitude, bearing, composite bearing, range, and CPA and CPA. Then to compute the range, this is the range of the time. Next is the by control panel. Press the control panel window, go to EBL BRM panel to show the EBL1. Press the EBL1. Press the BRM1 to show the BRM1. Press the EBL2 button to show the EBL2 EBL or electronic. Next, press the BRM2 to show the BRM or variable range marker 2 to show the index line in 1.4. Press the index line button 1 to show the index line 1. To show the index line 2, press the radio button index line 2. Next, in zoom in, there are three ways to zoom in the display. Press the by cursor, press the cursor and magnify to show the magnifying, to enlarge and shrink. And by control panel, press the zoom in to enlarge the display, press zoom out to shrink the display. Next is the by pan or the chart scale. Smaller scale is bigger display. Bigger this scale, smaller display. Next, manual fixing position by manual entering fix position. To save the data, press 1 click the event button. If you want to voice record, press the 10 seconds to have a voice record. Next, go to navigation panel and task list. Navigation. Then to setting the electronic position by system, press the shift position by ER or echo reference. Press go to manual fix position to put the value and bearing distance, bearing and distance to have a value for the echo reference. Next is by putting the secondary to put a primary by shift position. If you want to have a secondary by cursor, press secondary by cursor. This is the secondary by cursor. This is the vessel position by the DGPS. Next, by dead reckoning yan na DR. Next, by fixing position manually by determining the position. To determine the position by fixing manually, press the control panel windows, go to manual fix position. To fix the position by fixing position, put the value of bearing, distance, bearing and distance. Next, the heading sources, press the button for the page of heading sources. The heading sources has two functions. Two buttons. The gyro buttons to display the gyro heading and gyro error. The magnetic button to show the magnetic heading and the magnetic variation or the variation. Press auto to auto calculate the variation. Next, setting of sources speed. Press the speed button to button page to see the speed sources. STW sources or the speed through the water sources by Doppler lag 1 to show the speed through the water sources. Next, press the primary position by the DGPS to show the primary speed over the ground sources speed. Next is the echo sounder to measure the depth of the water by depth source. Just put the ship's drop to calculate the underkill clearance by pressing the echo sounder 1 and echo sounder 2. Next is the navigator. Go to display panel, go to navigator, then it has the heading, the speed through the water, the course over the ground, the speed over the ground, the rate of turn, and the cross track distance. Then to change in the second data, go to bearing to waypoint, go to distance to waypoint, ETA, TTG, the radius, the turn radius. Next, to show the load route, go to monitoring, to load route, press the load route, then load your route. Next, to set a schedule, go to route editor, then load the route, then go press the new button, radio button to save a new schedule. Press save to save, and yes. Then come back to schedule, load your route. This is the schedule. Then load the schedule, and yan, load the schedule. Next waypoint. By next waypoint is the by auto selection and manual selection, and by radius table by same all waypoints and the from route tables. Next, the loading of schedule in monitoring panel. To load in monitoring panel, this load route, load on schedule, and unload the schedule. Next, from search, go to charts. Ano ba yung from search? Alimutan ko. Ano ba ginawa natin kanina? Chart ba yun? Ito. Go to from search. This, type the name of the chart, then to search, press find button. Next is to loading a scaling chart. By loading, press the appropriate chart, then load the chart. Next, chart information layers. Press the button for the page of layers. Press the 3-5 base to show the base of the chart. Standard to show the standard chart, and custom to show the custom chart by spot soundings, isolated dangers, cables and pipelines, name of the chart. Next, setting the safety parameters. To set the safety parameters, goes to monitoring page, press the safety alarms, go to safety parameters. To set the safety parameters, go to safety contour, adjust the depth, control, depth, shadow, and depth contour. Next is the setting the safety parameter. To set the safety parameters, go to safety frame by head, and set the port by nautical miles, set the starboard by nautical miles. Next, setting the vicinity of sail dangerous object. This is the anti-grounding. There is a password because it has a regulation by IMO. Next, monitoring of crossing area limits. This is the alarm, and this is the alarm by the basic areas, traffic appearance zone, and the additional alarm areas. Next, to monitor the navigational alarm display page, go to AMS or the alarm monitoring system to display the alarms, warning, alarm priority, alarm priorities, alarm history, alarm warning history, and to display the go to alarm windows to show the activate alarms. Next. Tapos na.